So the Adolla Burst, an uncontrollable divine flame said to bend reality itself. Only 8 individuals in existence are chosen to wield it, but not all of them are created equal. Some pillars can shake entire cities, while others, well, they'd be lucky to survive the battlefield. So let's settle it once and for all. Who's the most powerful pillar in Fire Force? And spoilers ahead, this is a definitive 8 pillars ranked list. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss who ends up at the top. So we all know that 8 pillars wield the most powerful flames in all of Fire Force, the legendary Adolla Burst. But one pillar always raises above the other, so the real question is, who truly stands at the top? So, the world of Fire Force is built on power, fear, and the mysterious flames of Adolla. And at the heart of it all, there are 8 chosen individuals, each pillar serving as a living conduit for the flame. More than just powerhouses, they each embody an emotion that fuels their abilities and defines their role in the grand battle. But as always, not all power is created equal, which brings us to this ranking from weakest to strongest. And starting off the list with number 8, we have Iris. Being 8th on the list doesn't mean a pillar is truly weak, it just means that there are others with more raw power. Take Iris for example. While she might seem like the least powerful pillar at first glance, her true abilities are far from something to underestimate. Every pillar brings something unique to the fight, and Iris is no exception. And Iris is actually known as the Pillar of Despair, and she doesn't fight with sudden attacks like others. Instead, her powers focus on purifying and stopping Adolla links. She can push back negative effects and give out magical protection to the people she cares about. As a sister of the Holy Soul Temple, she brings balance to the team. And coming in at number 7 is Naku, known as the Pillar of Fear. His powers are the opposite of Iris's. He releases unstable pyrokinetic energy that forms into monstrous claws and limbs. His abilities are directly connected to his trauma, which makes him extremely powerful, but also dangerously unstable. Naku struggles to control his power, but that fear only feeds it more. But if he ever learns to control it, he wouldn't just be strong, he'd be nearly unstoppable. Well, we've been into 2 pillars already, and we're going into the 6th right now, and that being Inca, the living pillar of destruction. From her title alone, you can already feel the huge potential Inca has as a pillar. The ability to sense and predict fire sounds like the perfect power to lead others to safety, right? Well, Inca chooses the opposite, and she makes things worse. Even though her powers are incredibly destructive and full of raw energy, but she's still seen as weak. And that's because deep down, she's driven by chaos. Instead of using her powers with purpose, she follows her thrill-seeking nature, letting her immaturity guide her decisions. And coming in at 5th place is Samir, a sharp contrast to Inca's chaotic nature. While Inca wields the force of nature, Samir draws her strength from emotion. Known as the Pillar of Disgust, she turns the heat from involuntary shivering into powerful kinetic energy, triggering violent tremors and earthquakes. She seems to enjoy using her powers casually, almost playfully, but that ease holds her back. Compared to the top tier pillars who can dominate a fight on their own, Samir falls short. Her abilities are unique, but they lack the overwhelming force to push her into the top ranks. And next, ranking 4th among the 8 pillars already puts Shinra in a league of his own. As the Pillar of Rage, his Adolla Burst gives him the power to move faster than light. So fast that he can even ignite time itself. We all know Shinra has taken down threats that could wipe out half the universe, but being the strongest doesn't automatically make him a villain. Unlike most pillars who give in to chaos or destruction, Shinra holds back. He sees himself as a hero, choosing control over power, and refusing to burn the world just to get what he wants. And taking 3rd place is a more familiar name, Sho, the Pillar of Apathy. His abilities, known as the Severed Universe, puts him high on the list of the strongest pillars. Sho can reduce the heat in the universe, which allows him to slow down the flow of time. While everything around him moves in slow motion, Sho stays at a normal speed, giving him a huge advantage in battle. With this power, he can easily launch deadly attacks before his enemies can even react, making him one of the most dangerous forces among the pillars. And ranked as the second strongest pillar is Haumea, a psychological menace masked under the title Pillar of Passivity. But don't let the name fool you, she's anything but passive. With the power to generate and control electricity, Haumea manipulates minds, bending people's thoughts, emotions, and even their actions to her will. She can break someone's sense of reality and reshape their behavior like a puppet master. And honestly, if it weren't for Amaterasu, Haumea would easily be the most dangerous being in existence. She's not just a threat, you'd never even realize you were under her control until it's too late. And claiming the top spot on this list is Amaterasu, the strongest pillar ever known. But calling her just a pillar almost feels wrong. In the world of Fire Force, she's more of like a living god. While her pyrokinetic powers remain mysterious, one thing is clear: she's the heart of Tokyo, and her madness ability has already spread throughout the population like a virus. If she ever fully awakened, free will itself could disappear. Her power doesn't just destroy, it controls, consumes, and rewrites the world. But in the end, who we call the strongest or the weakest comes down to perspective. Power isn't always about destruction, it's also about meaning, emotion, and purpose. So while this list ranks the pillars by strength, the real power lies in how we understand and connect with each of them. But after breaking it all down, the real answer is it depends. Maybe it's Shinra, maybe it's Haumea. But honestly, just having that kind of power puts them in a league of their own, right? So what do you think? Who's your top pillar? Drop your pick in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. And thank you all for watching, and have a great day.